because I took so much time thinking about how am I going to do it, and then there was little time to finish. You know, I remember sending this assignment 11:58 or 59 on the dot right before midnight. I was like, I know I've been gone for like more than a month probably, but I finally finished my semester, so I learned a lot of new things. And like I said, for this channel, it's where I share what I've learned so far. Currently, I'm in my second semester learning in diploma in animation, and this semester is where we finally get to learn the basics of animation. The major one that we are going to focus on today's video, which is the part one of reviewing all my animation assignment, is the fundamentals of 2D animation. So that is a class that I took, and we had 5 assignments that we have to complete in order to pass that course. All right, before we move further in with our assignment, I just want to clarify the software that I've used for all of the assignments. So I use Blender Grease Pencil for all my animations, and the elements that needed to be painted, like the backgrounds or anything in the foreground, I just needed to paint. I use Photoshop. I'm gonna tell you the first assignment that I've got. First assignment, we have to animate a ping pong ball. Why do I say it that way? Ping pong ball. Animate it move into frame, and then animate it bouncing, and then stopping still in the frame. Yeah, I made it very simple, very straight to the point, because I was trying to learn the software first. My priority was getting used to the software first and actually learning how to animate frame by frame. So yeah, I don't want to put a lot of pressure for myself during this assignment, and it was very nice. It was a nice learning process for me. I just went through it very easily. All right, now let's move on to the second assignment. Alright, so for the second assignment, we have to animate a bowling ball instead of a ping pong ball, bouncing into frame and then stopping in the frame. So obviously bowling ball has different mass, different weights, so the animation is going to be a little different from the ping pong ball. And at this point, I realized that the lecturer didn't give any specific guideline except for like the original guideline, which is to the ball coming into frame and stopping into frame. That's it. So I kind of, at this point, I got used to the software already, and I kind of got bored of just animating the bowling ball coming in. Here's the thing about me. Yeah, here's the thing about me. I like making things look pretty, and I don't really like when things look not finished, because I like illustrating. I come from in an illustrating background first. I do a lot of illustration work, so I just want my animation to look pretty and finished too. So I was like, you know what, let's try some new things. Alright, so as you can see, compared to my first assignment, there's definitely a huge change. So the first big change that I want to introduce is the Star Cruise title screen. I gave myself a theme to work on. I find when I give myself a theme or a story to follow my work, it becomes much more cohesive, and I think I'm much more motivated to work along the story that I've created in my mind. So all of the assignments from now on is going to be themed with the Star Cruise theme, which is like a sci-fi spaceship kind of story in my head. And I also started to learn how to integrate my 2D paintings. I created a background for this, as you can see, and it's like a 2D painting background, and I integrated it into Blender's 3D workspace. It was very exciting. I had a lot of fun with this. It was challenging, but it was a fun challenge, and I was able to figure it out in the end. And I really recommend to all 2D animators out there, or like 2D artists, to learn how to incorporate 3D stuff into your 2D art workflow. It is really fun, and it opens your eye to much more perspective towards your art. Okay, the sun is starting to come in. I'm starting to look like a golden chicken nugget. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, let's talk about the third assignment now. It's going to be a rubber ball. So same rule, come into frame, bounce, and stop in the frame. But there's a but now. The lecturer has decided to give us a new theme to follow. When I heard this, I was like, girl, what are you gonna give now when I already have theme? I already had like story straight on what I have, what I need to do on like assignment 4, assignment 5. You know, I was like excited with the storyline that I've done, and now she's the one to give like a new theme, huh? But thank God, like the theme that she gave was an obstacle course theme. So I was like, okay, we might able to integrate the obstacle course theme with our sci-fi theme. All right, it's okay. We can adapt it. We can adapt with the problems that is given to us. I was like, okay, we can do this. We can do this. All right, we still can do this. Alright, so this is where I kind of started to fall off of my momentum just a little bit. I started to procrastinate. Yeah, I know a lot of creative people can relate to that. When you're like me, who wants to make like every assignment looks pretty, looks complete, looks good, you know, procrastinating is definitely a mistake you don't want to do, but it is inevitable, you know. When you want things to look pretty every time, eventually you will have doubts like along the way, like, okay, so how am I going to able to top myself after this? Am I able going to do this? How am I gonna do this? It's making me sick just think about it, you know. So from what I learned is to just do it. Don't question yourself, don't doubt it, you know. Trust that idea, trust your gut. If you feel like you can make it pretty, just do it, you know. Because I took so much time thinking about how am I going to do it, and then there was little time to finish. You know, I remember sending this assignment 11:58 or 59 on the dot right before midnight. I was like, usually I finish earlier, like a day earlier or something like that with my assignment. So I have that buffer day just to check everything and make everything looks proper and polished, you know. But for this one, I didn't have time because I think about starting the assignment way too much, you know, and without actually starting it. So yeah, you can see mistakes in the assignment. You can there's a couple of seconds where the ball is just floating in midair and then it starts to fall. It's like I'm, what do you say, upping the challenge bit by bit every assignment for myself, you know. I don't even know why I do it, you know. It's just natural at this point. But yeah, I just want to like add something new every assignment, you know. And it's gonna bite me back in the next assignment. Just so you wait, it's gonna bite me back hard. Even for now, like for this assignment, I was starting to slack off, and the only thing that got me to finishing this assignment was number one, of course, the deadline. But number two is the story and vision that I've created in my mind. So having that vision and image in my head definitely like push me, you know, to just keep finishing. Let's go, let's just finish it and just send it before midnight. We're gonna talk about assignment 4 now. Assignment 4. Yeah. So this time we are going to animate a ball with a tail attached to the ball, but the ball, it needed to be animated with life and personality. So we need to make the ball move around a room. So you cannot just make it like moving like this. No, yeah, no. You have to put like life and personality when the ball is like moving around room. So it's like and then jump and then you just have to put more life into it. Where this is like where we start to add more personality. It's going to be a bit harder. It's definitely much more harder than the assignment before. these assignment that I've talked about, this was definitely the hardest one for me because I was pushing myself too much at this point. Yeah, it was too much, and which resulted in more procrastination because I was anxious, like to start my assignments now, more anxious than before. And this one, I had a bigger plan for the background originally. Originally, I wanted to do something like this from Team Miracles in YouTube. I watched the tutorial video. I was like, okay, I can do that. Simple, simple. I've learned Blender a little bit, Blender modeling just a little bit. So basically, what they did was they laid down the groundwork through 3D objects in Blender, and then they traced the 3D object into a 2D grease pencil in Blender. And I tried to do that, but I failed. I ended up putting so much attention into the background, then focusing on the things that actually matter, which is the ball with tail. Because at this point, I was like, I think 3 days before a progress check, and I was hearing from my course mate in like messages and Discord, like they were struggling with their ball with tail, and I didn't even start mine. I was like, I thought it was going to be like kind of simple, but I guess the additional tail and the additional animation of being animating it with life is much more harder than I thought. So I was like getting a bit hot, you know. But yeah, I definitely felt I was getting a bit too ambitious with this one. I had to like take a moment and a breather because I was feeling burnout. Yeah, I was feeling burnout is coming and creeping down my back. I know if I keep upping up the challenge for the next assignment, I wasn't going to go. I was. Can I talk? I wasn't able to going to keep up with myself. Yeah, so in the end, I had to ask this hard question to myself, like Najib. You're giving yourself too much work. So how would you do this if it was easy? Like, why are you making it hard? So I started to question myself that during the making of this whole animation. So I worked myself toward that question, and the work became just a little bit more easier. And when I sent in my assignment, the background is 3D instead of 2D. A lot of the elements that I've gotten are free on the internet, and they're free to use. Our background is not really counted, so we're free to do anything we want with it, so it's fine. And yeah, in the end, it's 3D instead of 2D. Definitely not what I was expecting, because putting much more time into it, like give it like fully committing to the 3D idea, definitely took much more time than I expected. This took so many trials to render, guys. This assignment was really stressful, and the funny part is I make it stressful. It was me. So I learned that on the next assignment, if I just really need to take a step back and ask myself, if this was easy, Najib, how would you be able to do it, while at the same time following your theme and your vision that you have in mind? Because this is too much. It's getting too much. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. Final assignment, guys. Final assignment. Let's go. Yeah, okay, I'm putting my hair back down. Okay, assignment 5 is completely different from before. It's not a ball anymore. You don't have to do it bouncing stuff, but it's a walk cycle animation. And the rules are almost the same. The character have to walk into frame, stay in place for a moment, and then walk away from the frame. You can do any character that you want, but it must be two-leg character. So you might say this doesn't look easy. It's really not. Actually, it's not easy to do. But the way that this is easy to do is that all of the things that you've seen in this video, in that animation video, is recycled by my own work. Wait, is that right? Is my own recycled work. Yeah. So all of this here is work I have done months ago or like a week prior combined into this new animation. So the galaxy, if you follow my TikTok, I have done that galaxy months ago. So basically, I just took that galaxy and put it in my assignment because I think it looks cool. Why just use it one time? So I just put it again, and also the character is the character I created from another character design class, and the lecturer allowed us to use any of our own original characters. So yeah, I just use a character that I've already designed. So yeah, and of course it is also space themed, so it just fits everything very nicely, and it saves the time on thinking about the idea and concept. So that made the process much more easier for me. And the hallway that the character was walking on, was also painted, but I simplified the process more by using a technique called photo bashing. It is basically where I take a free to use picture on the internet and I paint over the picture and combine it with my art to create a new piece of art. So it makes the process so much more easier, guys. So you should check out photo bashing if you want to explore on it. There's a lot of things that you can learn about photo bashing in the internet. So I was much more content during this assignment because um, I was able to quickly composite the background and put more time on the actual assignment, which is the walk cycle animation. And I was able to do that because I gave myself the time to do that, So I was excited to finish it in the end, and I wasn't procrastinating as much anymore. And yeah, I was quite happy with the final animation. Yay! I was able to thank God bounce back from that fourth assignment. Alright guys, so I think that is it. That is all for this video. And my last questions for you guys is, do you struggle with procrastination and how do you deal with it? Or are you an animator? Or are you like me, a student? Or are you about to study animation and you have some questions you want to be answered? Leave them below. Let's talk and let's chill out in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for your time. Bye.